Hello, welcome back everybody. Let's have a look at Bitcoin, XRP, and we'll just congratulate ourselves on Ankr for making that call. If you're part of my Telegram chat, you'd have known I've been shilling that one for a couple of weeks now, and we'll move on to that one anyway. So we'll pat ourselves on the back a little bit later for that. So first of all, just going into Bitcoin. Bitcoin right this second is in a real indecisive moment. We're in the middle of a resistance area. This box here is all resistance, and it looks as though we're turning it into support and resistance. So from 11,550 to 12,000 exactly. That area is a resistance, so within that area we want to break out either way. But looking at this candle body today, we've got wicks at the top, we've got wicks at the bottom, which are almost identical. This is proving to me at this moment that there's a battle between the bulls and the bears, and it doesn't know no one knows who's going to win right now. I would probably say though that I'd say I'm 55% at this point in favour of the bulls, only because we're currently at the point of making this video above this red line. This red line is a trend line that dates back over 3 years, where we found ourselves as support and resistance. So resistance, support, 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 resistance, 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 support, support, resistance, and again, because it's such a long trend line, it's hard to be exact. But any candle body closes above that, even though I know that it's not that precise, but any candle body closes above that, I would have to say, okay, well, TA is my only edge that I've got here, so I'll have to go in favour of the bulls because it's closed above it, even though this wick is either side is almost exactly even. So I would say I would be in favour of the bulls if we close above it ever so slightly by an extra 5%, so 55-45 in favour of the bulls. But being and closing a candle bodies, not wicks, bodies above 12,000 and beyond, I would definitely be more bullish on this one. We don't really have anything other to go by because all these signals are giving us a definite indecisive read. So money flow index coming down, that's neither here nor there. MACD is in massive bullish territory, even though it looks as though we're converging into ourselves with divergences here on the histogram, but still massively in bullish territory, so I can't really say that that's bearish. It's not. RSI is quite high, but it's been a lot higher, and we could easily move high from here and it not really be a problem. That's not what I would call overextended or overbought, even though technically it is, but this is cryptocurrency, it's not. It moves, everything can move on that. So again, indecisive reads on all of these. We're above all major moving averages, which is bullish in itself. So again, it's a really difficult one to call, and it's not really my place to actually call it this time, because last night I was feeling bearish because again my only edge is the trend lines and all the other indicators, which at that point yesterday we were closing beneath the descending trend line, so it looked as though we were being rejected from it. So I was ever so slightly in favour of the bears yesterday. So you can see how things change, and you can see how you really have to be on top of things at the moment. And by the time this video is finished and completed, we could have broken 12,000 and making our way to the top of the Bollinger Band, 12,600, and at that point it would look quite good. But until we get a candle body close on a daily, I can't really give you that, because we could have a wick all the way above there and we could have a rejection all the way down to the CME gap. This is cryptocurrency, that sort of thing happens. Don't be surprised if we did see something like that. It wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. So unfortunately I can't give it to you today. What we'll do is we'll move on to XRP, which is almost exactly the same kind of situation with the charts. We're above pretty much all major moving averages, but now beneath the 10 simple. We're within a resistance resistance box, which has been support and resistance this entire area. So that's positive in itself, that it's being supported within the resistance cloud. So the bottom of that level now, 28.1, 28.2 cent, appears to be a support, but I would call it quite a weak one. But we have tested it several times. We're being held also and kind of riding this 10 exponential moving average, which is this peachy one. But we're being rejected and closing all of our candles beneath 30.1 cent, 31 cent, which is proving to be a bit of a top here. The MACD looks a little worse for wear, but it's still not actually bearish. It's diverging bearish, but it hasn't made the cross, which is good. Money flow index coming down. Again, same deal with Bitcoin as it is with XRP here. So the RSI is high, but it can go plenty higher than that. So again, a real indecisive read, and again yesterday I was ever so slightly in favour of the dump on this one, and we did get a dump today. I mean, we dumped back down to yesterday's low, but it was underwhelming and it was bought up quite quickly. So in that respect, what we're looking at here, just as we're making this video at this moment in time, we do have another indecisive wick. The candle body's quite thick, and we've got a wick at both sides at the moment that are more or less equal. So absolute indecisiveness, and when you're looking at all of these candles here, the majority of them are that way formed. So I can't call this one either. Yesterday I did say that there's going to be a dump, and I could say, and this goes for any YouTuber, you can say at this point, you can say that it's going to go to the moon, and you can say that it's going to dump, and both of those reads would be those would both be appropriate. Nobody actually knows what's going on with this right now. Given the fact that a lot of the micro cap, small cap alts have been rallying big time today, shows that actually this indecisive move with Bitcoin and the top cap alts has led that move. So there's plenty of money still in the market, and we're going to move on to Ankr in a minute, there's plenty of money being thrown into other assets which are a bit more, with charts that are a little bit more obvious. I would expect that those profits will be taken and probably put into Bitcoin. So in that sense, just using that theory, I would probably say that we are actually bullish rather than bearish, because profits will be taken and profits have been made. Trust me, they have. And where are you going to put them? Tether or Bitcoin? I'm sure a lot of people will choose Tether. Some people might go half and half, but I'm pretty sure a lot of those profits will make their way into Bitcoin, and that meaning that Bitcoin's price should increase as a result of that profit taking. Because at the end of the day, the vast majority of people that want to trade these micro cap, small cap alts, they do it almost in a way of leveraging their amount of Bitcoin. That's essentially what a lot of these alts are traded as. So let's move on to one of those alts today, and this is one of those alts that I've been shilling for about a month, and let's have a look at this. And so I got in around about this level, and that gave me in 31 days, so in about a 1 month time, I made 465% gain on my position. That's a 4.5x. So I've done very well out of that one. Now, just to get this out there, I didn't actually make that amount. I sold around about this level, so as much as I'd like to have made that amount of money, I didn't. I only really 3x'd my money, but it's still 3x, and for me that's a really big deal, because the way I like to trade is I like to trade by forming a plan, executing that plan. And a lot of people on my Telegram have said, oh, there's a couple on there going, I wish I'd have held, I wish I'd have held. Well, you can hold if you like, and you can hope for more profits, but profit is profit, and I was lucky to get in back here, so 3x is good profit. I could have made 4.5x, but I made 3x. Am I going to complain about that? Absolutely not. No way am I going to complain about 3x in my money. Anyway, that was a good call here, and this is just another example of how there's plenty of money to be made in crypto, despite the indecisive moves with Bitcoin. And where am I going to be putting my profits here? 50% Tether, 50% Bitcoin. That's where it's going. So if there's enough people out there like me, trading like me, hedging their bets like me, then there will be money going into Bitcoin, no question. Anyway, I've bored you to death for long enough. Thank you for watching, and you take it easy.